Okay, here we go. So this is the tutorial that goes with the free Facebook banner that I am sharing with you. So I'm going to look at this at 100%. This is 100%. So if you actually zoom in any further than this, when you have pictures in it, you'll see that it looks pixelated. That's why. So just be aware of that if it looks pixelated when I zoom in. So I have this set up so it's pretty easy to use, hopefully. You'll need to choose what you're going to display. You're going to need a horizontal and a vertical picture. And then you'll also want to have like your PDF of your, or not PDF, your PSD file, your Photoshop file of your logo if you have a logo. And if you have digital papers, I would recommend having, some digital papers out. You can kind of mix and match and play. I already know what I'm going to use just for the sake of the tutorial and making it go fast. So the background is this gray color. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a digital paper in the back. I love digital papers. Sassy Designs has some really cool ones, and if you have never been on their site, be careful because it's easy to get addicted. She does have sales often, and I would take advantage when she has like the dollar sales. Those are great. So I'm going to grab my digital paper. It's my Tonal Swirl paper, which I think is a really great color. And you'll notice it's behind this, and that's what I'm going to end up clipping it to. So I'll make it big enough. I say yes. Now I want to make sure that whatever I'm going to kind of replace, that what I'm replacing it with goes above it. So for example, I'm replacing this gray background with the teal digital paper. So I need to make sure that that's here above the background. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip it. So I'm going to hit Control G, and that just clips it in place so it stays in that spot. So then I'm going to take, we'll just go with my horizontal picture. So let's just say I'm really wanting to show off babies. I love taking baby pictures. It's one of my favorites. So here's a picture. Now obviously I don't want to leave it like that. That would be silly. So I'm going to kind of place it just so. And then you'll notice that I have these here. So this would be the horizontal picture. And so I want to drag this down and put it above the horizontal picture, the little frame that I have mapped out. And then I'm going to clip it in place. So I'm going to hit Control G, and it just clips it right there in place. How handy is that? And then I'm going to go with my vertical picture. So here's my vertical picture. It's another baby. So I'm going to make sure I drag it above the vertical picture that I'm replacing. We're replacing this black thing right here. Make sure it's big enough. Oh, I hit it just perfect. And then of course, I'll just go like that. We'll just say that's good enough. And Control G, clip it in place. There it is. Fabulous. Now, this, where it says add solid layer above and clip, that's for this right here. And this is where I would put like your logo, your contact information. The most important thing I personally think is to have your logo and your phone number. And if you can get your website on there, that's great too. Mine's really long, so I had to kind of squeeze it in when I did mine. But phone number, oh, and where you're located, because on Facebook anymore, it's so hard. You could be from Australia for anybody, what anybody knows. So I think that those are important things to have on there, but that's just me. So again, I have a couple different digital papers that I like. So let's see. Well, let's see what this one looks like. Okay, maybe we'll do that one. Again, add the paper above, Control G to clip. There we go. If I didn't like that, it's really easy to just, you know, grab it, put it in the trash can, but I'm not going to do that. So for me, I'm going to add my logo. So something like that maybe. Just drag it right to the edge. Okay, and then go over here, get my text. Depending on what text you're using, you will probably be at like, I had to do my logo at 3.2 point font. Or not my logo, my website, sorry. I had to do my website at 3.2 point font. Some of the other stuff I was at like 4 or maybe 6. I think my phone number I had at 6. So for example, we'll do that. Make sure it's, you know, a color people can see. That's always good. And that's really small, so I'm going to need to fix that. So this would probably be good at like a 6 or an 8, and maybe bold, for example. So, you know, obviously this is a part that you can figure out and do yourself. When you're done with all of that, you have a couple choices. You can go ahead and flatten the image. You can do an unsharp mask. I did on mine. I don't know that it really helped anything. I think I only did it at like 30 or 35. But I think it actually should be fine on its own without it because of the size. It's at the size that Facebook already is letting you have. So that's how you do that. It's really easy. And then of course you're going to want to save it. Don't forget to save it. I've already saved my other one, so I don't need to save this one. If you need any help with any of this, or the tutorial wasn't clear enough, let me know. I'm always happy to help out. If there's something else that you can think of that interests you, that you'd like a tutorial on, I am more than happy to do that. I am no expert, but I've picked up a few tricks over the past couple of years using Photoshop Elements, so I know a few things. I hope that this helped, and I hope you enjoy your free banner. Thanks.